You know, it feels good. I was actually in Austin last night recruiting, so that brought back a couple of little tough memories. But I saw all the players, but I'll tell you this: I'm really interested in seeing them play here on that double T, and I know our guys will be fired up. It'll be senior night for Ty, and we're just looking really forward to having a great effort against the Horns.
Can you talk about Ty a little bit?
You know what? I will say this about Ty, and I've said time and time again, he's a silent leader. He's done a great job of representing the program on and off the court. And being away from his mom, I mean, it's just been a very, very sentimental thing for me, just seeing his mom here and knowing he's been away from home so long. I mean, I've experienced that to a degree, but I've never been in a foreign country. So I have a lot of respect for Ty and for his maturity and his upbringing. And a lot of those core values are what we're trying to build here at Tech. And so now you see a guy like Ty, you know Ty's going to be successful. You don't have to think about that. And like I tell him, I wear my Villanova degree and my experience like a badge of honor. And I think and I know, I shouldn't say I think, I know that he'll do the same thing with the double T in Canada.
How much different does Mike Kabongo make Texas?
Is Superman without kryptonite. No, I'm just joking. He changes everything for them. I mean, everything flows through him. You know, if they have Mike Kabongo, they're probably an NCAA tournament team. And not to say they can't win the tournament in Kansas City. So, I mean, he's a straw that stirs a drink, and everything works around him. That's how they depended on. That was their original plan when the season started, till they had that hookup with the NCAA. But nevertheless, he's playing great now. That's all that matters. I think the Oklahoma game turned everything for them. Everybody's saying they're great, but they had lost that game against Oklahoma. Who knows what would happen to the Baylor game and now coming to our game. But now they're coming to our game with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of pump and pop, and hopefully we can stifle that a little bit.
Talk about just the excitement of senior night for the boys.
You know, I remember my senior night, so I know that, again, we talk about watershed moments in your life. This should be something that, you should remember your last home game, I tease those guys, and I told them that my last home game, I know everybody's teasing me about it, but I sung the national anthem. So that's something I'll never forget, as long as I live. And played the Providence Friars that night, and yes, we won. And my mom was there, by the way. So, it's good to see Ty. He won't sing the national anthem, of course, but hopefully, his mom is here, and we'll get a win for him and send him out the right way.
So singing was not the career, huh?
Well, I don't know. If I had a mic, I'd really show you. I can still dabble a little bit, but I don't want to do that today, though. We'll just focus on the game.
And Coach, talk about the uniforms, the excitement that the new uniforms bring.
It's a thing that Under Armour's doing, which is great. Under Armour's been really, really good for us. They're doing a lot of cutting edge things. I'm all into, not necessarily being like Oregon, but really be the team in Texas. We're the only Under Armour team in Texas, and really just doing some stuff because kids are into that. It's about recruiting, looks good on television, and makes our guys feel good. And as long as it's done with taste, I think it's a great thing. And we got it's just like the football game. You got the Lone Star State with that logo, and hopefully it gives us a little bit more inspiration out there to try to defend the Lone Star.
When you go on from here, as a head coach, what will you take most kind of from this year in a very kind of unusual circumstance, and you've obviously made the most out of it. But what is kind of the number? I guess the biggest thing you'll take from this year.
I was flying back on the plane today from Austin. A lot of things are going through my mind. Obviously it's coming to the end here, and we don't know what's going to happen beyond this, but this could be my last game coaching at the USA. That's just the reality of the situation. But it's the one thing I have learned. I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about tolerance. I've learned a lot about from being an assistant to a head coach of decision making and how you take on the emotional load of every single person that's a part of this program. How every day that you have to bring the energy and enthusiasm, and the program should resemble your personality. And when I say that, I say, do my guys play hard? Well, I think I'm a hardworking person. Are they mannerable? I think I'm a mannerable person. Do they represent the program on the court and off the court? So some of the things that I try to live by, and even when my kids speak in the media, do they sound like Coach Walker is speaking right now? So I just think that, a lot of those things that you just don't know how that'll all happen when you're an assistant. And then when you become a head coach and you take over what I took over, which is like playing at Kansas on senior night and trying to, again, turn a frown upside down. And I think that to a degree, some may argue somewhat that I've done the best job that I can do, and I've done it selflessly, and I've done it to the best of my ability.
On a completely different note, You take pride in the way you look. You're a 4 seed in this coaching.
You had to go there, right?
I want to hear
You had to
express
go
why
there.
You should be higher than that.
Huh?
I want to hear you express why you think you should be higher.
Well, I'll just say this. I don't. So much is made about the fashion thing. You know, my thing is this: it's all about personal style, not necessarily about fashion. You know, and should I be higher? Wow, that's now. How can I answer that question without it being without it coming off as me being you know, a tad bit what's you give me the word. No, the arrogance is that's too strong. Arrogance too strong.
I want to say you're a close horse, but you take pride in the way you
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm a firm believer. I've always been that way. It's, as I always use the word, it's my habit. And I just believe that, I'm going to say this the wrong way, but good clothes opens all doors. That's always been my terminology, you know what I'm saying? But, no, you know what? 4th seed, wow, that makes me top 16. Wow. So the question is, there's 16 better dressed guys in the country than me. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know. We'll talk. We have to revisit that. I have to look at the list. I've already heard one name, and I'm like, wow, this is tough. I guess the next question we have to ask me is who sent in pictures, and if it was Trenton, our SID, then I know why I'm 4th seed. We'll leave it at that. I'm still trying to teach him how to put in a pocket square, but that's okay though.
Pocket square.
Exactly. I'm still trying to help him with his pocket square game.
You
His pocket square game is suspect too, but I keep telling him stop letting his little daughter dress him. He's got to stop doing that.
It means a lot, I mean, Texas, it's a rival game, so that makes it a bit more special. But any final game would be special. Ending your college career. So, I mean.
Jay mentioned that your mom getting to come down for the first time to see you play since you were a sophomore in high school. What kind of emotions does that bring with it?
It's very emotional. Her coming down and the rest of my family means a lot. It is overwhelming a little bit, but, she's very happy to be here and just to see her son, progress over the 5-6 years. She hasn't been able to see me play. It means a lot to her, and just kind of be able to step into my world and just see how it is in Texas. Life in Texas, it's a lot different than Canada, and she's definitely enjoyed the experience so far.
With regards to this being, you're the lone senior in this class, is that a weird thing? Is it something you're kind of used to by now? Describe that kind of thing for you.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not that strange at all. I mean, I'm not really used to senior nights. Last year it was Robert Lewandowski, so I mean, same situation now. So it's kind of what I've been used to. So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
How different is this Texas team than the one you saw a few months ago?
I mean, it is different. They got Mick Kabongo back, and he brings a different dimension. He'll be a first-round draft pick whenever he decides to go to the NBA, and he's a very fast guard, and he's a great leader, and he helps them win. I think now they're 4-3 with him back. So, I mean, he's a great addition to the new Texas team they got now.
So who's the best Canadian guard on the floor then?
I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. We'll see.
And of course, you got the new uniforms. Just talk about that and you're excited to wear those this weekend.
I mean, they look great. They got the Texas flag on them, so Texas will always have a piece of my heart. And, I'm very excited for that game, and the jerseys look nice, so I'm very excited.
So where'd you take your mom to eat?
I took her to Red Ohana's the first night, and she enjoyed that. It's kind of a Japanese type thing. So, in Vancouver we eat a lot of sushi, so she liked that. My family liked that. And then we went to Ruby's Keels the next night because we had the interview. So she enjoyed herself a taco salad, and the taco was like humongous. So she got a laughter out of that. But it was a great experience for her too.
What have the last 2 years been like for you here?
They've been great. I feel like I've matured a lot these last 2 years, and I've just learned a lot about life. Learned playing at this high level. It's very demanding. You got to be accountable, responsible, to have discipline, always be on time. So, I mean, these last 2 years, there's been many great memories as well. Playing in crazy environments, hostile environments with your teammates, your brothers. It's been a great experience for me.
I think it's another opportunity to come out here and get a home win against Texas. It's a rivalry, and I mean, I think that everybody would be happy with that win for sure. And to end on a good note for our senior, Ty Nurse.
How bad do you want this for him?
I want it real bad because Ty, I mean, he's been here through, tough times with Tech, and he works hard. He comes in every day. He has a great attitude, and it'd just be great for him to end on a good note like that.
Then I heard his mom's going to be here for the first time.
Yeah.
See him live. Talk about that.
Yeah, his mom actually hasn't seen him play since his sophomore year in high school. So, I mean, this is a great. I mean, his sister's here, his brothers here, and they're here to watch him. And I mean, they came all the way from Canada, and that's a long way. So, it'd be great for him to win and him to go out there and perform real good.
Jay, how different does Mike Kabongo make the team?
As our record shown, he's made him a lot better. You know, he comes out and he's aggressive. He gets in the lane and he causes problems for a lot of teams that way because he draws a lot of players on him, defenders, and then he can dish the ball. He sees the court well. So I mean, he might be a problem.
What's the kind of game plan, I guess, on him, and how much different does it change from when you guys played him in Austin?
Getting to him, don't give him space because if you give him a lot of wood to see, he'll penetrate and he'll cause problems that way. So you just have to get into his hands and not let him get the ball when he gives it away.
And look good, play good. Talk about the new uniforms and what your thoughts on that.
I like the new uniforms, real cool, little Lone Star. We got the new shoes, new socks, the whole thing. So I mean, if you want to play good, you gotta look good.